The Bridge, a platform that connects the disconnected.
Welcome to The Bridge. I think we have discussed too much of politics and global business of late. Today, I want to talk about something different, something special. I do not even think it's something per se because it's circled around an individual, not only in contemporary politics or business or society, but on religion. In particular, the religion of Islam. The person I want to talk about is a man, a single individual, waging a war against an ill that has been affecting the African continent, particularly the religion of Islam in African continent. And this person I'm talking about is no other than Sheikh Habibullah Adam Al-Ilory, the Mudirul Markaz, the man waging war against the bastardization of the Islamic religion in what is popularly known as Ahl-Sunnah. This Sheikh is not only educating people about what true Islam is all about, he is not only waging a war against the misrepresentation, misinterpretation, and misrepresentation of the Holy Prophet, but he is also teaching what no scholar around this generation is teaching, which is linking history to religion. Sheikh Habibullah Al-Ilory is the son of Sheikh Adam Al-Ilory. Sheikh Adam is one of the world scholars who has not only brought Islamic education to the largest population of people in Africa, Nigeria, and Western Nigeria in particular, but has delved into global politics, particularly global politics as it relates to Islam. In recent time, the son of Sheikh Adam Al-Ilory, Sheikh Habib Al-Ilory, who succeeded his father as the Mudirul Markaz, who is the director of an Islamic organization in Nigeria, or not just an Islamic organization actually, but an Islamic school, because Markaz is an Islamic school founded in 1952, and since 1952 till date, it has been churning out hundreds of thousands of graduates in Islamic education, Islamic and Arabic education. And this is an organization or a school that has produced some of the most prominent Islamic scholars in Nigeria, professors in different disciplines across Nigeria and West Africa, or even Africa as a whole. So this Mudir of Markaz has now taken up the challenge of not only confronting the misrepresentation of Islam as represented by those who regarded themselves as Ahl-Sunnah, but instead educating the populace that Islam and what this new wave of Sunnah is preaching is not what the true Islam is preaching. Sheikh Adam Al-Ilory or Habibullah Al-Ilory started his, open engagement on the issue of Ahl-Sunnah sometimes in 2010, 2015, in which he started, going deep into what is today known as Hadith. The scholar, has been a prominent critic of hadith that are not in tandem with the Quran. The Shaykh literally is saying that from the Quran, it is clearly established that whatever the Prophet is going to say must conform with the Quran. And if there is any hadith, no matter who is said to have brought it, if what is being said in the hadith is not in tandem with what is in the Quran, then automatically that hadith become null and void, and according to him, it is fabricated hadith that cannot be accepted for whatever purpose. And in his advocacy for upholding the Quran over whatever hadith, he dived into the most popular collection of hadith, which is Sahih Bukhari. And Sheikh Habib said that Sahih Bukhari does not really contain Sahih hadith in its entirety. That there are certain parts of that Sahih Bukhari, which is the credible hadith, so to say, that there are some parts of it that are not so credible because they are not in tandem with the Quran. And according to him, any of such hadiths that has been identified should be expunged completely, and that no one should take such kind of hadith as the saying of the Prophet or something that should be acted upon. This scholar now outlines so many hadiths in Sahih Bukhari using the Quranic verse to justify his position, to say the Sahih Bukhari is talking about this and this and this and this and this, while the Quran is saying this and this and this and this. And he is of the view that if the Quran is saying this and this hadith is saying something contrary, automatically you already know that these hadiths are fake, because the Quran cannot be fake, the Quran cannot be tampered with, but the hadith has been tampered with. So whatever hadith that is going against the Quran is null and void. Unfortunately, a lot of other scholars don't think what he's saying should be acceptable. So a more like open confrontation happened in terms of Quranic teaching. So for a long time, a lot of scholars have been, condemning his position without much substance. But between last year and today, Sheikh Habibullah made it a mission to not only confront all of these various misrepresentation of Islam through those groups that describe themselves as Al-Sunnah, but he did so in a scholarly manner, providing more than enough justification for his position, and that up till this day, no scholar from the Al-Sunnah people has been able to fault in any way the position of Sheikh Habibullah. And he has not only done so by himself as an individual, he has also empowered the thousands upon thousands upon thousands of the students, both those in this school at the moment and many others who had graduated years ago. All of those who have now joined his advocacy against the Ahl Sunnah in Africa, particularly in Nigeria, and the advocacy against the bastardization of Islam by the Ahl Sunnah has now been taken up by this man. Who is Sheikh Habib? Who is the scholar that has been able to successfully, intellectually, scholarly engage the global surge of Al-Sunnah through the Wahhabi school of thought and successfully demystify their claim to religious piousness over other groups in Islam? Who is this scholar that successfully, intellectually, across Africa, in Nigeria specifically, successfully established that indeed the numerous hadiths being used as weapon to instigate people to carry out heinous acts against humanity are not indeed genuine hadiths from the Prophet of Allah? Who is this scholar that has successfully mobilized thousands of scholars, energized them, empowered them with the required Islamic knowledge, using the Quran as reference point to successfully confront the scourge of the Ahl Sunnah, who are not really Ahl Sunnah but are using that coinage to corner a lot of Muslims into succumbing to their unholy teaching. This scholar is Sheikh Habibullah Adam Al-Ilory, the Mudirul of Al-Markaz. And in the subsequent days or weeks, I will be bringing you more into the life of this man who is waging a war against Ahl Sunnah in Africa. Thank you and God bless.